Yeah, living in the rock places. See, unfortunately, there's two main living arrangements you get here. I mean, you could get a tent, but a tent is, I mean, a lot of it's a temporary deal.
We need to crew the ship.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh,
that's why I want to find out how much it costs to have an apartment here for a season, and instead of giving her $20K, be like, hey, you can live on the ship, and that'll be part of how much we pay her, and then we can give her money on top of that. Now we have someone living in the ship, so that people won't be fucking with it, and she could probably increase our security on that bitch too.
So having her in the ship, or you mean in an apartment, and then she goes to work at the ship?
No, she lives on.
No, like I want to know how much it costs to rent an apartment, so we can take that off of how much she wants as salary.
Oh, okay. Let's see. The normal apartment is like 600-800, so like less than 1,000. Basically, it's getting a normal apartment, but they really don't have a lot in the normal apartments. There, you live in the rocks, or you live on a ship. Or you're in a tent, and that's just a very temporary thing.
And how much does it cost to live in a ship if you're renting?
To rent a ship thing?
Well, we're already paying for the parking spot, right?
As far as like if you were to have her staying in somebody else's ship, which if they decide to go, she either has to get out or you probably do it for about 10 grand or so.
Yeah, but she could stay in our ship.
And then we pay her 10 grand instead of 20.
Yes.
And we need a pilot too.
Besides Doc?
Well, I'm thinking like
I can't pilot this. This is too big.
No.
He doesn't know how to fly anything.
I can fly medium sized, not large.
Okay.
Yeah, part of the crew should be a pilot in case we have to move the ship somewhere. And then we should.
Do you really want to trust the flying of the ship to Logan's dice rolling?
Into the sun!
But I don't think any of us have the skill.
That's what skill horing and training is all about, sir.
See, and at that point, what we need to do is have Russ and Rad find someone that is a pilot that he can trust, or get one of the people from the embassy. Like if they want to be a pilot, they can come here and be a pilot, and we can train them up, and then he can start using the ship as he can start doing cargo runs with the ship.
Possible, but the problem is that the people who own the ship have actually locked off the weapon, or not weapons, there are no weapons, the flying controls from the rest of the ship, and you're not sure how to get into those. And plus they would probably just say their ship had been stolen, and as you know, there's literally cameras everywhere, and then you'd all become fugitives, and then there'd be fines in court.
Well, isn't this part of our group's?
Yes, I'm you're the kind of.
You're making assumptions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's not like Chris owns it and he's like totally good with everything. It's other people who own it that happen to be PCs, but may or may not want other people on their ship. Now, keep in mind, you can get a much smaller spaceship that isn't great for living in, but I mean, if you wanted a nice homely ship and all that, you're looking at 4 to 6 mil, depending on what kind of mods, or you get a very basic stripped down, like it's technically a spaceship with absolutely zero good things in it for 2. Money.
maybe we just. Well, can we negotiate maybe with the people who have the ship or locked out the controls on the ship?
Feel free to negotiate by posting on the boards.
The in-game boards.
The in-game boards.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Or maybe we report them for some violation and have the ship towed.
No. That's not. There are other PCs. There are other members of our group.
I have a look at the navigation stuff. I just want to have a look at it.
They haven't.
If I can unlock it, I don't want to. I just want to see if I have the ability to.
Oh, so, you want to go check out the locks. Okay, you guys go back to the ship. You say the mystic phrase that gets you in very cautiously so that you don't just walk up and yell it at the ship so it opens, which is great. And you guys head on in and you go over and you check out the thing. And it looks like it's a pretty bog standard security thing. Give me a security systems, Lord. You take a look at it. And Doc Bolton goes, well, I believe based on what I'm seeing here that it is completely impregnable. Should I even attempt to do it, then poison gas will be released in the ship ventilators. Lasers will begin shooting out the walls, which will then slam together, crushing us into jelly. You see here.
Guys.
Don't care anymore. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Apparently he's not great at security systems is your hope. As if anybody else wants to try their security systems to give a different opinion, you can.
Sure. Sure, I'll try. Why not?
McKay's like, I think this opens and dogs that bark, and when they bark, bees come out of their mouths released, and you're like, oh my God.
We did not fumble.
This could be an acid dripper. There's
no idea. It's probably just voice locked or palm print locked or something.
It looks like it's got all kinds of electronic things that you have to do to get into there. You can definitely tell there's definitely a palm lock, definitely a retinal reader, and other shit. It looks like this is actually something that some money was put into. I mean, now, I'm not saying you couldn't take a cutting torch and make a fucking big hole in the door, but there could be other defenses on the other side of the door that react badly to that. You do not know because you can't see there. It could be like
I don't want someone stealing their ship, so fair enough.
Yeah. I can't imagine why they would be defensive of their ship, but you could technically have her live in the ship until they get here and discover she's living in there. It looks like they did very minimal stuff. Like they got the minimal food processor thing, which gives out the multicolored cubes and stuff. Eat a cube, and all day long you'll wish you had more to eat, but you'll live. And the water reclaiming thing is online, so if you pee, then it will process it, and you'll get it back.
Jeez.
I mean, technically, it will keep you alive until you run out of ingredients for the food thing replicator. And in case you haven't seen what the food looks like, it is this appetizing stuff here. You eat 1 per day. 2 if you have a big appetite or lots of extra money. It is, yeah. They have all the taste of like shitty rice cake with no toppings. But on the good news, you don't shit much from it because there's very low mass. It's just packed full of proteins and vitamins and everything technically required to keep you alive. So if you wanted like food to just like, oh, we have to go on a long ass journey, these things weigh very little. And you take them with you and you will definitely live. You will be unhappy, but you will live.
Well, we might have to wait then to hire her. It's not like she's going anywhere, really.
Unless you can find a way off this rock. You're pretty convinced with your psychological skills. If she can get any other kind of job or anything that she believes she can get off the rock safely with her and her kid, she is pretty into it. I mean, there was just a fucking evil clown with a bomb like less than a couple blocks from her home. She is definitely motivated to leave the rock. Chris, they were just looking at the food replicator, which seems to have the absolute minimal. And just in case I hadn't made it clear, these weird cube things, you take one a day. So your stomach will shrink the fuck down and it will technically keep you alive. You will be unhappy, but good news, not a lot of poop. Especially after a couple weeks of living on them and stuff. Pooping will become a fucking thing that's like, oh, it's almost time to poop.
Oh,
ooh.
Shit.
If you want water, you have to go pee.
Do they have like you said, the internet's all corporatized, right?
Oh yeah. You can access it from your credit card.
Can I look at Yo-Yo Dine's site? And like a lot of times, like a corporate
Yo-Yo Dine doesn't have a site. In fact, you look at the internet, and the only thing that they have on the internet is how great the corporation that owns this rock is. That's pretty much a good summary of their internet. It is worse than useless, and it has ads.
Is there any way to look at like a corporate, like executive direct, the executives for Yo-Yo Dine? Is there any way to get that information, like pictures or bios or anything from them?
Nope. The only thing you could really get out of this, which you could also get out of just walking around looking at stuff, is any of the businesses that are here, like Pizza Overlord, for example, that felt like advertising with Vortex Group. You can, find out where they're located and stuff on this rock. I mean, it's really useless internet.
Is there a Yo-Yo Dine headquarters on this rock?
Not that's advertised on the internet. If there is one, they chose not to advertise it. Also, if they have a corporate thing, then it could be in one of the multicolored spaceships, which you'll find it eventually if you look for it. You'll have to ask people because there's no maps and shit. Or it'd be inside where the big corp ships are, and in order to get into there, you're not sure what's required, but you're guessing more than a smile.
My thought was that we could see if this Mr. Pink guy, because we have a physical description, is actually one of the executives or an under exec at Yo-Yo Dine, and that Yo-Yo Dine is trying to get the.
Does anybody have cyberpunk lore or anything like that? Chris might. I don't know.
We all do.
Or cyberpunk street thing, or actually streetwise, nobody's climatized to the zone yet, though. Correct?
No, right. Neo Tokyo.
Cool. Go ahead and give me streetwise rolls at half.
You look at that.
Did all you motherfuckers make it?
Yeah,
by a quarter. All by a quarter.
Everybody just take a card for weird shit happening.
Jesus Christ.
And look what we rolled, a 3, a 2, and a 6.
Just take a card, everybody, for weird shit happening. You guys are like, we did see a Yo-Yo Dine poster up, which I will ping here because it was actually one of the things shown.
Yeah, the future begins tomorrow, yep.
And you're thinking, we should go over and look at that places next to that fucking poster. And when you head over there, you find a guy who's kind of effeminate. He's got his hair all, and he's wearing like a pink sash thing. And you're like, that might be him. He looks to you guys, though, with your at a quarter, fuck you all, streetwise, you're thinking, he is probably not a Yo-Yo Dine employee. Your thought is fixer.
Oh, well, that makes sense too.
Yeah, corps don't like to directly do stuff.
Any name other than Mr. Pink?
He doesn't wear a name tag for reasons.
We don't hear it. Okay.
No, you managed to just walk over, look at a Yo-Yo-Dine poster, and then look over at him, and you're like,
Oh. I'll let somebody else lead this one.
Are you sure you don't? How many hero points do you have left, Corey?
12.
Oh, you're fine. The other two guys look at the ground.
So, what exactly do we want from this guy? We want to find out why he was looking for the overthruster.
No, he was the one who had the overthruster.
Oh, he had it.
Yes.
And gave it to the scientist, but then took it back before she
Yes.
could finish.
And so, assumably, he's now lost it.
And assumably, it was stolen from him. So we got to figure out who stole it from him. And what else they know about the overthruster. Hello.
Standing there looking at him and whatnot. You see a hover car of large men pulling up. The guy is like, whoop, and he is currently making his escape, and the large men are getting out and hurrying after him.
I'm going to go hurry after them. Like, I'm going to go to try to assist him.
All right, no problem. Sprint roll. What are you two doing?
I'll back him up.
All right, sprint rolls all around.
I go
Slow down.
after them.
Can't go quick. Might be some problem. McKay hurries up to the guy. The guy's like he's running around. He's trying to figure out where he can go to get away from the guys. They're not very fast. In fact, Fulton is joined the group of large men.
Hi, guys.
We're
We're going to get this guy, right?
bastard.
He owes us money, right?
Or more. One of them jokes. Give me an acting roll and a fast talk roll. Okay, and let's see. Okay. They think you must be one of them. They're like, okay. And did you make your sprint roll there, gang?
Let's see. Did not.
You'll move like a pregnant yak. Right, you are trailing Fulton. He seems to have joined the other side. You've lost sight entirely of McKay. McKay, what are you? Nobody else is even moving fast. What are you up to, McKay? It's all you.
I'm going to try and get him to go into curl up and die to hide.
Excellent. That's not a bad place. Go ahead and give me stealth roll. He will try to make his. Unfortunately, he's flamboyantly dressed, and he seems to be in a blind panic.
In here, quick.
He goes in there with you. He looks around. It's a dead end. We're going to die.
No. Sit in the chair.
He sits in the chair. Do you move the thing over his face?
No. I'll stand in front of him, and then be like I'm doing stuff, like I'm a hairdresser cutting his hair. But I'll have I'll have him and
down because he's scared and he's trying to.
All right.
And
yeah.
Okay, and so you guys are hurrying by. From Chris, give me a spot at half to see where they went. The bad guys are looking around to see where they went. He's over there, they say, pointing the wrong direction.
I continue with them. Okay, let's go.
Corey, try yours at half. See if you noticed where.
Yeah,
you know went that way, but Chris is going that way, and everybody's hurrying off that way.
Well, I'll let him continue misleading them, and I'll go to where they're hiding.
No problem. You get in there and you see McKay is like looking at a really old magazine. It's like a 1940 something magazine, and there's all these older women and stuff, or shall we say, women of a certain age, in the place. Let me see. Is it on here? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
And here's what it looks like, Corey. It's on the middle far right.
That's
And
below the I Want More Life cereal box.
Uh-huh.
And apparently, McKay has hidden this guy so well, you don't see him either. We're talking quick change into, and they all look like they're dressed for like, give me a history roll.
It's a hairdresser. I get it now. History? No.
Old-timey shit. You don't know when. Old-timey. And you see McKay is looking, give me an empathy roll. Yang. Chris, give me a stealth roll if you like. It looks like they don't really need your help to be stupid and confused. The stealth roll to just kind of, you've disappeared, unless you want to hang out with them. They seem okay, but.
Yeah, I'm going to hang out with them, see where they go back to.
Card. Right. It appears that they were all hired from different organizations, like they're all kind of Shadowrun type guys, and so they are baffled and angry about not getting paid, and so they're getting back in the car. And you notice at that point that there are not enough seats for you, so they may notice they may notice something if you're trying to get in and there's no space.
So the one that's like always in the back of the pack, the one that like, you know, we get to the car and I'm like, wait a minute. You. And I point at the guy that no one likes, seems like he's always at the back. No one seems to like talk to him. I'm like, is he an imposter? He wasn't with us before.
Yeah, fast talk roll, lower is better. Right. They take him around behind one of the spaceships and like just beat the shit out of him. That's what you get. And then you are right. They take you back to their headquarters and stuff. That guy's just laying there going, what?
And when he's beaten, I like want to grab him and shake him and take his ID and then go.
Okay. God damn. All right, no problem. Yeah, you yeah. All right. And yeah, you don't end up finding a lot of useful information other than eventually I'll get back to you. I want to see what these guys are doing because you do find the employer's name is Johnny. He's apparently some sort of fixer.
Welcome to Johnny Cab.
Mm-hmm. Now, Corey, you notice that with your empathy roll that McKay is looking bemused.
Bemused, eh?
I'm afraid so.
Okay.
He ignores you, leafing through the magazine. As he's doing so, you know those old cards that came with the magazines that you could mail in? They begin falling at his feet as he's flipping through the magazine.
Okay.
More and more of them continue falling out of the magazine.
Can I see that they left?
You look outside, you don't see any. You see lots of people wandering by and doing stuff. You don't see those guys around at all.
Or the car that they came in?
No, that wasn't quite within sight of the door, but yeah, they don't appear to be around. Pete, you're continuing flipping. All right. He's got a huge pile of paper up to his waist as he's continuing flipping through the magazine, and more of those mail-in cards are falling out. He looks at you.
I think the coast might be clear now.
Right.
Where is Mr. Pink?
I point at the lady at the end.
He points to an older lady of a certain age who looks absolutely nothing like Mr. Pink, not dressed like him, nothing.
Okay.
You think he's fucking with the new guy. you resent it.
Are brilliant at disguise. I have to. That is fantastic.
This is a hive mind setup. The idiot pulled the thing down on his head, which then made him join the hive mind and morph into looking like him.
Oh, so he brainwashed himself?
Yeah, we might be able to get him out. It started happening to Dana when we first was experimenting with this place, and we got her out by just basically grabbing her legs and pulling her so she slid off the chair and her head came out from the dome because we couldn't lift it up off her head.
Well, let's get to work then.
We attempt to pull him out or pull her out and hopefully have him change back.
Who wants to be the primary on this? Who's the secondary?
I only have like a 50 strength, so I'm not that.
Oh, it's not strength. It's something else. Something more mystical.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how essency. You are the big spellcaster guy. You're teaching people how to do all kinds of crazy shit.
Not anymore. I died. I lost it all.
Look on Corey's face is like, we're just fucked, aren't we? Why is everything turned to shit?
We can try it and then wait for Doc to come up to get here, and he might have better luck in getting into the system and hacking the system.
All right. One of the guys comes up to you, Doc, and he goes, "All right, Flibby, it's you and me. Come on,
let's go."
Takes you over to the Dance Dance Revolution game.
Okay.
He puts in some quarters. He begins dancing. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, he just beat me.
Yes, he did. Right. He goes, woo, woo, woo. Right. Eventually, you guys get some other guy comes in via a hollow, and he's got like the big ominous robe on with the big dark thing. Yes, exactly. You can't see any of his face, and he's like, "Have you found what I am seeking yet?" And they're like, "No, he got away. Mr. Pink is in the wind. You must find him and then get from him where the overthruster is. Remember," and then the picture of the overthruster appears and it slowly rotates on the screen. "Bring me this, and it will be a bonus of 100,000 creds each.
Ooh.
Unless you don't do it within the next 5 days." Then it's half that because, fuck you people. Bring it to me immediately. Yes, sir.
The evil overlord is Logan?
And then the image kind of goes out eventually. At first, he goes, "Damn it." And that goes off. His cred better be good, says one of the guys looking at where the image was. That's a lot of money. Yeah, fuck it. They're like, all right. So they decide, they are like, okay, we need to split up. Everybody's got a car. Raise your hand, or a couple of them do. All right. They begin working on splitting up the cars. Why don't you go with him and him? Yeah. They are splitting up to comb the city. They don't know where the fuck that dude went, and they're now basically combing the area and looking for him.
All right, can I get your numbers?
Yeah, they exchange information with you.
God damn it.
It's a good idea. We should all keep in contact. All right. Yeah.
I'll let you know if I spot him anywhere.
They are you giving them your number as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. You've got write down that you have 15 poor thugs, like poor as in poor quality thugs, numbers. Also, the thugs are talking, they're thinking that the money is too good, and some of them are going to drop out because they don't trust the guy to actually pay. But the like 4 or 5 of them are dropping out, but the other 10 are like, if he doesn't, he's going to get fucked by the corp. Has he made a contract with you? Well, not yet, but he damn well will if we have this over thrusting thing.
But what happens if they figure it's cheaper to kill us?
There's a lot of silence, and everybody does the slow look at you. Right. Give me a fast talk roll. People are now reconsidering whether any of them want to work for them because they're like, it would be a lot cheaper just to have us all killed. Fuck this. Do you need to ride anywhere? I want to ask you. I'm gonna go home.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. They disperse. There's one guy. He's like, damn it, I really could use. Yeah, a few of them are bitching because they could really use the money. But so write down that you have 15 low quality thug contacts. These guys are definitely not top of the barrel, but they cost a lot less than this guy's offering. And it shows the evil overlord. They did what? They all left. They fuck. Right, you managed to completely get rid of these guys. They just all go off. They're looking for work too. They are fairly cheap, depending on the job. You're thinking for 1,000, you could probably get them for like a couple of days to do stuff. It's
how much for like cheap. A season?
Hold on. Let me find out real quick. Let's see. About 10K. You might be able to bargain them down or whatever. That's you couldn't say you can live in my spaceship and do it for free, but because they want to spend money on stuff. But
so how many? So for not for all of them, but for
no, that's per dude. Yeah.
Okay, 10K per season. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so the mad scientist is actually asking for a pretty reasonable amount. Or actually, let me double check my figure here. Math is bad. Clear. 40 times. Corey, move the mic away from your nose because I can hear you.
Sorry.
That makes no sense. Oh, I see. Because they make 40 creds an hour for skilled labor hourly, times 40 hours a week, times 3, or times 9. Yeah, about 10K.
Okay.
Yeah, so scientist was definitely going a lot cheaper, because she really needs money. So.
I return to these guys.
Hey.
So where's Mr. Pink? You guys got that guy?
Yeah. Apparently he's plugged into some sort of hive mind thing.
He stupidly pulled the thing onto his head. So he's gotten plugged into the hive mind.
Can we talk to him without the hive mind?
You could plug yourself in and try and talk to it.
Is it like you can just...
Yep. Sit down, pull it down on your head.
There, do you want to see the picture?
Sure.
Yeah, it's on there. It's up. It's this thing on the middle far right.
And if you recall what it looked like in Burlington, it looked exactly
the same, yeah.
Exactly the same.
So you're saying if we plug into the hive mind that we'll have access to his mind?
No, if you're able to stop yourself from being absorbed into it, you'll have access to additional energy for casting of spells.
Everybody give me, I'll go with shadow lore here for something.
Nope.
Ability, no, skills is one after. Lore, shadows. Oh, by quarter.
Holy crap. It's probably good you made that. Okay, you're thinking that if you try to get a Dora into something like that, like if you're able to, you might be able to interface with it, cool, ask questions or something, but if it absorbs you, you die. You would just die if you're like absorbed like that dude was, because you couldn't live like that as a Dora. So basically, it's a possible resurrection right there. Yeah. So it's like you're playing with a hand grenade right now and wondering what fits in the pinhole. You know.
So like he's hooked up to that indefinitely, or can he come out, or what's going on?
You're not really sure how this works, but
yeah, but not sure.
I'm sorry about that.
We don't know.
Oh, okay.
He said that there might be some way to pull him out.
Yeah. When
Dana
started,
when Dana got in, she didn't fucking transform and shit.
She did. She started transforming, which is why we pulled her out.
Right. This guy's fully transformed.
Yeah. He transformed bang, whereas Dana was slow transformation. And she was able to work out it was a hive mind and that it had energy. You could tap into an energy source for casting his spells.
Mm-hmm.
Well, does he have the same clothes? He doesn't have the same clothes on or anything, right? We can't search him.
No, he's completely different now.
Well, I go pat him down.
So we might be able to pull him out. We might be able to disengage him, but I suspect it'll involve asserting yourself.
Logan, I go pat him down. Does he have any possessions?
No, just normal stuff for frumpy older women.
Okay.
Whatever the fuck they carry, I have no idea. Probably a bit of tissue up the sleeve, that kind of thing.
I guess we try and pull him out.
Did you want to experiment with it, Doc?
Sure. It has to do with his brains? I like it.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Told you. Clickety clack. Clickety clickety clack. Okay. How do we do this? Each grab a leg and an arm and pull?
Possibly. Pull the legs and slide him off the chair. As I said, that's what we did with Dana. Unless you want to sit down and pull it on your head, Doc, and try and see if you can take control of it.
So what I'm thinking is I'm looking at this as like some kind of headgear, which is a version of... So can I use my cyber technology knowledge to pull him out as if it's like he's connected to some kind of like...
better than life or something, a BTL or something?
Yeah.
You would need to actually get some tools and stuff, some nice tool set, and then begin disassembling some of this shit and taking a look at it, because it appears to be a 1950s hairdryer.
Okay,
so that's
we'll go get
really
I'll get some tools.
Fortunately, you got a little bit of money. Let me find out how much a tool set costs. Let's see here. Money, prices. Let's see. Transport, security, tools. Let's see. Right. You're wanting tools for dealing with this for about Give me a bargain roll because nobody has fucking set prices in this place because they're just nightmarish people. Yeah, 3,000 cred, you get what you need.
Here you go.
Cool. The guy goes, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Right, you go back. Give me which skill are you wanting to use on this?
Cyber tech, build and repair.
Cool. Go ahead and give me a roll at half. Curious to see how you do. You begin carefully there's a kind of weird problem here because when you start disassembling it, the machine seems to be bleeding or leaking some sort of greenish stuff.
It's not MyGo technology or something.
I have a reroll.
MyGo tech rules?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, roll.
Well, wait.
I have a reroll card, Chris, if you want to trade me.
Okay, hold on.
Do you want to reroll or do you want to play MyGo Tech possible?
In that case, I'll be right back. Can you pull me back here? Do you have a card with me or no? Oh, Trumps don't work here. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it is or isn't MyGo Tech because you don't remember any green dripping shit from MyGo Tech, but
it seems to be some sort of biological, so potentially your understanding of MyGo Tech might assist, is my suspicion.
Yeah, I'll just do I'll trade you, like, I'll give you an opponent fails, just toss out the reroll.
Got it. Bam.
All right, so Cybertech. And wait, let me see. Do I have a skill plus at all? Riding? No. Nope. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. Whatever. And then, so if it's MyGo shit, like, do you want a brain surgery roll?
Well, if you basically if you cut the person out and then open up their head and tinker with the brain, yes, I can take a brain surgery roll on that. Otherwise, no. Right. He pulls up. I want sanity rolls from anybody who hasn't maxed out human gore or gross out, please. As he pops the guy out and the top of the guy's head's already missing, he goes, "Oh, that's handy," and begins doing brain surgery on it. And you guys are like, okay. He didn't even fucking warn you or anything. And he has, it's 1 point if you make it.
So was this human gore or gross out?
Yeah, if you got both of them maxed, then you're fine.
Critical.
Yeah. I'm guessing Fulton has them maxed, yeah?
Gross out? No, I'll roll right quick.
Okay. Come on, fail it, freak out, and beat the corpse to death. Now you like it. You like it. Anyway, no problem. He's like, that's disturbing. 1 point toward gross out. And yeah, there seems to be like filaments that are in the brain. In fact, they're kind of coming from the thing. And when you disconnect them like that, the whole spaceship shutters that this is in.
Oh.
And the door begins going and starting to close. What do you guys do?
We should probably leave.
Yar.
Exit stage left.
You guys grab up your tools and hurry. Do you want to spend time grabbing your tools or just get the fuck out?
I'll grab my shit and go.
Okay. Give me it's going to be, if you grab your shit, it's going to be a dex roll. And lower is better. Oh, he goes, grabs it all. Whoop. You guys get out, and the door goes.
So maybe this is the dream that the Joker was talking about.
No, I think what the Joker's talking about is the pods that I had the vision of.
But isn't this just a different version of pods then too?
Yeah, maybe.
Could be.
Which kind of is weird because if you go all the way back to the back in the day, weren't everybody in a weird cryopod that were in MMO land as well? So is this all being powered by people's brains, kind of like the Matrix was?
Everybody give me a sanity roll versus philosophy. Paradigm distortion is what it's on if you've got MX. McKay, roll a D4 as he is upsetting your calm. His words are making you uncomfortable.
Oh.
Very uncomfortable, as it turns out.
Damn it.
He is disturbing your calm. The other two are like, wow, that's freaky. McKay's like, it all makes sense.
So, okay. Maybe that's why this eighth dimension engine thing is so important to people, or to someone, is because it will allow you to escape the projected universe or whatever. It will allow you to get out of the dream.
It's like a backdoor key.
Yeah.
It breaks the dream into reality then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
But we need to know how to hook it up to do so.
Mysteries. As you guys stand
to the other side.
As you guys stand there and contemplate that, we're going to go ahead and roll credits on this and see what you can accomplish next time. You've perhaps found out some of the things going on. What an evil note to leave the session on. So, after you get done reducing your hand, let's see, does anybody have an idea for that isn't a popular Doors tune, because I don't want to get copyright? Does anybody have an idea for the name of this session?
Jello splash.
Take card, Pete. Jello splash is nice. There's always room for Jello.
I was going to say Jack and a box, but too many.
We've got to play immediately. Discard all talisman cards.
All talisman cards go away. Okay.
I have know people have a talisman card they really want to hang on to. I don't know if any injuries or anything.
Why Jack and a box? Chris?
Because the Jack in a box is always a clown.
Mm-hmm.
And the clown, because we were fighting over the box that had that's
we've been talking about not just that, but we're also been talking about Harlequins as well.
Yep.
And them wanting the Overthruster.
Take card, Chris. Very clever. All right, Corey, it's your turn to be clever.
Well, I had 2.
Everyone discard all Nada cards and draw a like number of cards from the deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andy?
Sure. Dreamweaver or further down the Gurry hole. Oh, that's too long.
The Gurry hole?
Yeah.
Actually, just Gurry hole, because then it kind of sounds like Glory hole.
Yeah.
Okay, take card. That's cool. So, which one do you guys like best? Jello splash, Jack and a box, or Gurry hole?
Actually, since you like to have it, the simplest and set, Gurry hole.
Yeah, but Jack in a box is also clever. That's short enough. All of them are short enough.
Jack and the box, not Jack in the box.
Jack and the box?
Yes. That's not Jack in the box, it's Jack and the box, Chris said.
Ah, that makes more sense.
Yes.
Okay. Is everybody good with Jack in the box?
I am going to play. Yes, I'm fine with that. I'm going to play a check in essence.
Nice.
Well done. All right. Let's see. I'm going to go around the table real quick. Corey, do you have anything to say to the studio audience and billions of fans out there?
Yeah, I mean, no, No, I don't.
Chris, what have you got to say to the rabid fans who look at you and masturbate? All right, and Pete.
Wake up.
Wake up.